History was once someone's present. Moments of courage, moments of hardship, and moments that changed nations. Welcome to Odd Photos, where history speaks for itself. A battle-weary soldier from George S. Patton's Third Army sleeps on the luxurious bed where Hermann Göring once slept, 1945. A Bedouin woman from Oman wearing a traditional face mask, 1905. A bomb squad removes a pipe bomb left at the Times Square Paramount Theater by serial bomber George Metesky, who terrorized New York for 17 years, December 1956. A British punk mourns the death of Lady Diana Spencer, former Princess of Wales, London, 1997. A family photo in Johannesburg, South Africa, 1989. A Finnish general interrogating a camouflaged, newly captured Soviet prisoner of war during the Winter War. A German Waffen-SS soldier that was captured by U.S. soldiers during the Normandy campaign, 1944. A group of Japanese Americans before being sent to internment camps, April 1942. A kid from Congo being captured inside a cage, 1955. A laundromat at Fort Worth, Texas, in the 1950s. A man and a woman posed together outside of their house for this portrait, Ohio, 1890s. A McDonald's outdoor dining area in 1976. A merchant being pushed in a wheelbarrow down a street in Shanghai, China, in 1938. A photo of Mount St. Helens erupting during a local baseball game, May 1980. A Rhodesian soldier wearing sneakers takes a smoke break during the Rhodesian Bush War, 1970s. A skinhead is escorted away by a police officer in 1980. A soldier specializing in grenade combat in Quang Nam is waiting for the enemy to appear. Quang Nam is a central province of the Republic of Vietnam. A South Vietnamese woman crying over a plastic bag containing the remains of her husband. He was discovered in a mass burial site of civilians who lost their lives during the Tet Offensive. A textile mill working all night in New Bedford, Massachusetts, January 1941. Abandoned 2,400-year-old mountain tomb carved out by hand. Aboriginal enslaved child, Western Australia, 1900. Adolf Hitler at the Opera, Berlin, 1936. American doctors giving Hideki Tojo blood after his failed attempt to take his own life, 1945. American soldiers explaining to British soldiers what the American game of baseball is like, May 1918. Americans mock Adolf after the surrender of Nazi Germany in 1945. An American punches a Vietnamese man in the face as the last overloaded helicopter during the evacuation from Nha Trang departs. An Ethiopian Jewish man carries his mother on his back as they enter Israel as part of Operation Solomon 1991. An Olmec colossal head weighing 40 tons and dating back over 3,000 years. Archaeologists and workers pose in front of the well-preserved statue of Antinous. It was unearthed near the Temple of Apollo in the sanctuary at Delphi, Greece, 1894. Babe Ruth pays respects to former teammate Lou Gehrig at Gehrig's funeral, June 1941. Back in the 1950s, kindergarten nap time was a non-negotiable. Benito Mussolini strips to his waist and helps harvest grain for a propaganda photo shoot on the Pontine Marshes, Italy, 1938. Boy posing proudly in his double-breasted winter coat, Worcester, 19. Bozo the Clown sharing a cigarette break with Chicago Mayor Jane Byrne, 1980. British troops pose with a captured soldier of the 12th SS Panzer Division, 1944. Kathy Guyswhite and her cartoon Kathy, 1982. Charlie Chaplin and Italian boxer Primo Carnera, 1930. Chinese Chairman Mao Zedong swimming in the Yangtze River in Wuhan, China, 1966. Chinese guerrilla fighter Chung Benhua before execution by the Japanese, 1938. Coal miner's wife and 3 of their children, company house in Pursglove, West Virginia, September 1938. Drug bust in New York, 1962. Dustin Gorton, a student at Columbine High School, after discovering the shooters were his friends. Electric cars recharge at a power station, 1909. Ernest Hemingway writing outdoors in Sun Valley, Idaho. Ernest Hemingway holding a Tommy gun aboard his yacht, the Pilar, 1935. Female librarian on horseback delivers books to the students of a mountain school, Kentucky, 1938. Future U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt is a North Dakota deputy sheriff holding 3 boat thieves he captured at gunpoint, 1886. Gascon shepherds using stilts to traverse the marshy terrain of the Landes region. General Eisenhower, upon hearing the news that President Truman had relieved General MacArthur in Korea, April 1951. General practitioner and suspected serial killer John Bodkin Adams reads a newspaper covering his recent acquittal for murder. Georges Courtois taking hostage the whole court during his trial for bank robbery, Nantes, 1985. German infiltrators wearing U.S. Army uniforms caught. The photo from 1944 shows them being prepared for a firing squad. German women forced to repave the streets of Prague after World War II. Girls at the Vermont State Fair in Rutland, Vermont, 1941, wearing their flour sack dresses. Hawaiian Royal Guard disarmed by U.S. Marines 1893. In 1939, the Soviet Union bombed its own village of Manila, blamed and used it as the excuse to launch the Winter War. In 1973, these two men went to the police claiming to have been abducted by aliens. Information desk at John F. Kennedy Airport in New York, 1956. Inside the control room of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, 1986. Interior of the Colosseum around 1860. Irish revolutionary leader Michael Collins addressing a crowd in Dublin, 1922. Irish woman mocks British soldier for being short, Cregan, Derry, 1972. Isabella Rossellini and Martin Scorsese on their wedding day, 1979. Israeli paratroopers during the Sinai War, 1956. Jimmy Carter tends to his peanuts, 1970s. John F. Kennedy and a young Robert F. Kennedy Jr. with a salamander in a bowl, Washington, D.C. Johnny Eck and his twin brother Robert. Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Brad Hall on their wedding day, 1987. Last image of Tyrone Power while suffering a heart attack on the set of Solomon and Sheba, Madrid, 1958. The 44-year-old actor died en route to the hospital. Louise Bundy, mother of serial killer Ted Bundy, wipes away a tear in her dining room in Tacoma, Washington, as she tells him over the phone, "You will always be my precious son." Marcus Wayne Chenault Jr., who killed the mother of Martin Luther King Jr. at a Sunday service in Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta in 1974. Marie Azili Hadel, the last owner of Whitney Plantation and one of her enslaved housegirls. Michael Caine with his wife Shakira and daughter Natasha, London, 1973. Minor in his home in the city of Durham after working 10 hours straight. Nazis and Red Army greeting each other after the joint invasion of Poland, 1939. Patient at Surrey County Lunatic Asylum, 1852. People did fall asleep standing up while dancing at these marathons. Photo of a German mother crying after finding out her captured son didn't survive in Soviet Union prisoner of war camps, 1955. Rare sighting of a schema monk outside Mount Ath. Real estate developer Fred Trump and his son Donald, New York City, 1970. Rock Hudson with his wife Phyllis Gates, 1955. Russian soldier burning useless Soviet banknotes for warmth, Chechnya, 1995. Shell casings after a shelling of the enemy position, Vietnam, 1967. Soviet cosmonauts Georgy Beregovoy and Pavel Popovich present a hunting rifle as a gift to Neil Armstrong, June 1970. The 55 pounds of cocaine seized from car designer John DeLorean in 1982. He was later acquitted after successfully arguing that he had been the victim of government entrapment. The door of Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California, USA, 1979. The future Queen Elizabeth in front of a playhouse gifted to her and Princess Margaret in 1932 by the people of Wales. The grave of the musician and actor Fernand Arbelot, who wished to look at the face of his wife forever after his death. The gutted interior of the White House, May 1950. The sons of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg reading coverage of their parents' case, 1951. The three men who the Soviet government considered to be responsible for the Chernobyl disaster at their trial, July 1987. This photo is of a man who is about to receive the electric chair death penalty in 1928. Two Ainu men from the island of Hokkaido in northern Japan, 1900s. Two Blackfeet warriors look across what is now Glacier National Park in Montana in the early 1900s. Two Indian soldiers carry a Chinese prisoner of war to an exchange point in Panmunjom, North Korea, after the end of the Korean War 1953. Two little sisters courageously saved their teddy bear from rubble in a doll's pram, Liverpool Blitz 1941. U.S. soldiers taking pictures with a 2,800-year-old statue in the Iraq National Museum. Virginia and Vanessa Steffens, aged 12 and 15. Better known in adulthood as the writer Virginia Woolf and the artist Vanessa Bell, photographed in 1894. Winston Churchill, far right, as a prisoner of war of the Boer Republic days before his escape, November 1899. Young dancers perform a high kick routine during a winter festival, captured in a cheerful vintage photograph from the mid-20th century. Zurich riot police officers with shields during the serious student unrest, 1983.